Bart was killed by a murder method straight out of a movie. While Bart was playing frisbee with his dog, he encountered the gardener, Willie. Willie, wielding a rake and laughing maniacally, charged towards Bart. Just as Bart was about to meet his doom, he suddenly woke up from the dream, thinking it was all just a nightmare. However, to his shock, the wounds from his dream actually existed in reality. At school, as Bart was confiding in Lisa about last night's nightmare, he accidentally discovered that Lisa had the exact same dream. Even more terrifying was that a lock of her hair had been cut off. Their classmates had also suffered similar misfortunes.
But I couldn't help monitoring your conversation. There's no mystery about Willie. Why, he simply disappeared. Now, let's have no more curiosity.
During an exam, Martin was the first to hand in his paper as usual, so the teacher asked him to stay in his seat for the time being. Before long, Martin fell into a dream where Willie appeared again, intending to kill him. Martin could only desperately flee, but ultimately couldn't escape. Willie's tongue bound and killed Martin in the dream, though in reality he seemed more like he had been scared to death. Witnessing Martin's tragic state, Principal Skinner blocked the news to prevent other students from seeing the horror. After returning home, the siblings anxiously told Homer and Marge about what had just happened. Marge couldn't see what this had to do with Willie, but the children hadn't even mentioned Willie. Marge said this was a supernatural revenge incident. She recalled a seemingly ordinary parent-teacher meeting from before, when a horrifying event had occurred. They went to discuss an error printed on the school calendar. Homer ignored the warning and turned the heating to maximum, causing Willie, who was near the boiler, to catch fire. Willie frantically searched for firefighting equipment, only to discover that the door handle was conveniently broken. The fire extinguisher inside was also defunct. Willie began running around frantically. When he finally appeared before everyone, Mr. Skinner was demanding that he not interrupt the speech. Willie could only sit and wait quietly. But by the time Mr. House's father finished speaking, Willie had burned into an empty shell. Before dying, he warned everyone that they would pay the price with their children's blood. The sheriff questioned what weapon he would use. Willie would take revenge through a place where they couldn't protect the children, in their dreams, killing them there. After hearing the story, Lisa understood that the only way to survive was to stay awake. At that moment, Bart had a flash of inspiration. Only by completely defeating Willie in the dream could they regain their freedom. He planned to enter the dream and battle Willie. As the moon darkened, Bart stepped into the dream bar, passed through ruins, and reached the wasteland. Willie transformed into a hybrid of a lawnmower and a harrow, lunging at Bart like a madman. Bart hid behind a tree and spotted a sandpit. Turning his head, he found a bag of grass seed. He spread the grass seed all over the sandpit and poured plenty of water on it. When Willie charged again, the trap successfully caused him to sink deep into the sandpit. No matter what form Willie transformed into, it was all in vain. Finally, he was swallowed into the ground by a sand monster. At this moment, Bart could finally return to a normal dream and play with a clown. But just then, Willie was slowly appearing in the form of a giant spider. It grabbed Bart in its hand. At this moment, Lisa ran over to wake Bart, only to discover this was just Bart's dream. Lisa's appearance here meant she had fallen asleep, but as both fell into Willie's grasp simultaneously, at the critical moment, Maggie climbed onto Willie's back and firmly blocked Willie's air hole with her pacifier. Willie's body kept expanding and disappeared in an explosion. The three children were blown off the earth by the explosion. They unexpectedly woke up from the dream. Maggie had actually become the hero who saved them both. As the three siblings walked out of the house, Lisa's sixth sense indicated that Willie hadn't died. He would appear at any time in any form to take revenge. Sure enough, Willie arrived at the Simpsons' doorstep on a bus.
Hello. Yeah.